Yeah, looks like I had to refresh YouTube chat. It was only showing Twitch for half a second, but I went ahead and refreshed it, so it's looking okay now, I think. Yeah, hey guys, how are we doing today? I hope everybody's enjoying their Sunday. Depending on where in the world you are, then it might be Monday already, I don't know. Ooh, we are once again returning to Ghost Simulator. Ooh, watching a spooky movie? Which one? I've been watching, Whatever Happened to Aunt Alice, I think is the name, just in the background while I do animation stuff. So that's been a really slow burn one. Let's see. Oh, and let me know how the audio is in relationship to the voice, because I'll have to have a music playlist going while I read, so we're gonna have to make sure it's, you know, just a little bit quieter than my voice. Heat hitting hard, oof. Sorry to hear that. I know how you feel though, it's rough. Hopefully the autumn weather is gonna, you know, really take hold though. Super deep. Indie Russian body horror. Oof, body horror. If you're looking for a really good body horror, there's a Australian one that for some reason I've watched like 3 times in a row just because it's really easy to have on in the background. But it's an Australian flick called Body Melt. It's really similar to Street Trash, I guess. Probably similar to a couple other ones. Just like, you know, purposefully over the top, you know, kind of gross out, but, you know, kind of fun to watch. Haven't watched the first stream for this, but apparently there are ghost sexy times. No, there are no sexy times because we as a ghost will not allow it in our house. So we haunt them extra hard if they're getting frisky. That's what happens. Oh, and if you weren't here for the first episode, I do allow chat to vote like 90% of the time on the options and choices that we choose as a ghost. So in the first episode, we were able to pick what powers we wanted as a ghost, and that was pretty cool. So now we're kind of just deciding when to use them and what to do with it. You know, Street Trash? Yeah, that was, man, that movie left a horrible taste in my mouth, funny enough. You know, no pun intended. But yeah, I like Body Melt way better, but there's definitely an interesting category that I think Body Melt and Street Trash, probably Bad Taste too, fit into. Okay, alright. So I think we're just about ready to get into it. Watching a 4-hour video of recorded supernatural sightings in real life. I hope they've got something good, because a lot of times it's like, oh, did you see that piece of dust right there? That was definitely a spirit. Hey, Microsoft's here. Good to see you, Microsoft. Alright, I think we're gonna get into it. Sex is illegal and strictly prohibited, yeah. Alright, let me go ahead and pull things up. I'll turn the music down just a little bit. Let me know if you want it louder or if it's good where it is, because I've just adjusted it right now. Okay. You've never met anybody who knows about that movie. I think 10 people saw it worldwide. Yeah, I could swear it's actually on YouTube. Hang on. Like, I am 90% sure that you can actually see it on YouTube. Because I was looking for a good copy of it. Yeah, you can. So they've definitely got at least one version. I don't remember if it's either YouTube's got the good version or another one had the good version. I can't remember. But yeah, you can definitely see it. Not that I recommend it. Street Trash is a very it's a very specific kind of movie. You saw it on Amazon. Good stuff. Love your avatar. Yeah. Yeah, this particular pixel animation was a commission. I believe if you check my description, you can find a paste bin with all the credits of people who have done various artworks and stuff. And this is the little chibi ghost pixel art, just really talented. I believe it was Duck or Duckbird or something. I'd have to look to be sure. It was a couple years ago. Ah, by the way, that World War II Hyde trash movie flick is out apparently. Mad Hyde. Mad Hyde. I hadn't heard anything about that. Might be worth putting on in the background. All right. We are into it. Let's see. Okay. All right. So where we left off, we were haunting the family pretty bad, but I think we eased up a little bit because they kind of started to like get PTSD, I think. Yeah, everyone's most except for the husband. The husband has like not received any because he's been asleep like 90% of the time. But the two teens and the couple, they've all been kind of having a rough go of it. But we're mostly just trying to like, it seems like we're leaning towards mischievous rather than like kill your family, which is nice, which is always nice. All right, here we go. You follow the group to a chamber on the upper floor that might be the biggest room in the whole manor. This is the first time you're seeing the space with the lights on and life inside. Oh, that's right. When we left off, the teen boy had a bunch of his stoner friends over and they were all smoking weed, and we tried to stop them from smoking weed by haunting them. And it scared two of them really bad, but the other guy just laughed. And I think they're about to throw a party, I think. I'm not 100% sure. Oh, did you say you were playing music? You don't hear any? Let me bump it up a little bit then. Okay. There we go. This one's a little louder though. We'll skip this one. Okay, how's this? Is this any better? Let me know if it's too loud or if I should adjust it down a little bit more. Oh. Alright, here we go back into it. So yeah, it seems like there's going to be a party here pretty soon. Also, we found bullet holes in a pillar, and we're wondering if that's how he died. Also, our special item that we decided on was our bones in a box. So, still pretty quiet? Okay. In that case, thanks for telling me, because I was asking, and I was like, nobody answered. I was like, oh, it's probably fine. There we go. Alright, let me know if you need it up a little higher. Okay, we'll settle on that for the next couple minutes, though. What did you miss? If I were to provide an unwanted pregnancy to a ghost, would you need to get an emotion? Oof. It is good to see you. So first episode, we're a ghost. Our special items are bones in a box. We can affect you. We can touch things in the outside world. We can appear, and also we can whisper. And we have a fourth power. I can't remember what it is, though. But we can't go into dreams, and we can't possess people, but that's okay. Also, there's a party going on right now, and we do polls to decide what people want to do. Alright. It's good? Okay. Let's see. This is the first time you're seeing this space with lights on and life inside. A massive television hangs on a wall, its screen larger than any you have ever seen. Plus, it's flat, completely thin, without the tube part. This makes you question whether you are wrong, and perhaps this is not a television at all. What other kind of device would have such a large screen, though? A red velvet couch sprawls in front of this giant electronic apparatus, a zebra-striped carpet between the two. You don't remember the carpet. It must have something to do with a spark of poor taste in the Brooks. Yeah, zebra carpet, that's something. Currently, this living room is being used for a specific type of gathering. A tabletop game session, oh no. Dave and Jeremy have already placed maps on the table, separated a set of colored dice, and brought a potentially hazardous amount of cola out of their backpacks. It's the same brand you remember, but in a different package. You could say that about almost anything in this manner, though. The group gathers while telling jokes about the last session. They also talk about the party they'll go to afterward. Dave distributes the character sheets and places a speaker by the window. I wonder if they'll let us play. I can't believe they're about to play D&D. Are we also a Victorian steampunk cosplayer? Yes. The funniest thing is that even though this game has pretty much like in completely plain terms said that when we were alive they had TVs and rock bands, despite that, for some reason, Chad voted on our appearance being a Victorian ghost, which means that we couldn't have been Victorian because, we were alive during TVs and rock bands. So we're either like steampunk weeb, or maybe it was a Halloween party when we died or something. So That's also something to explain about the main character. Okay, Dave and Jeremy have already... Okay, so they're telling jokes about the last session. They also talk about the party they'll go to afterward. Dave distributes the character sheets and places a speaker by the window. Before he can play his soundtrack, though, Becky forces the group to listen to the latest Taylor Swift hit. As Jeremy opens up a bag of bacon chips, you realize you do not have the slightest idea who or what Taylor Swift might be. So he definitely died before the early 2000s. Alright, so we've got a choice coming up here. You do not fully grasp the meaning of all this. Apparently the teens are pretending to be some people they aren't, like in a movie or a play, except there is no script at all. Did you do something like this before? You're not sure, but you find it somewhat unlikely. This game is like a group hallucination. So, starts Dave, reading over his notes. The enormous living room is dim, with only a desk lamp in a corner illuminating it. Sarah and Conrad. He looks at Becky and Ollie. As you follow up on your previous investigation in the town of Arkham, oh, it's not D&D, it's probably Call of Cthulhu. You park your car near the front yard. You two have the strange feeling of being observed, even though the windows are too dusty to let you see anything through them. This seems like the oldest house in North Ashfield. Old as this house? Jeremy asks. Jeremy, no off topics now, says Becky, turning to Dave. So I look around. Okay, the game master says. Roll perception. Becky rolls the die, which has 10 faces. It stops on a 2. Okay, guys, so first poll of the stream. Let's see. Okay, so we're gonna 1, either appear at the table, 2, roll the die again, or 3, do nothing. There we go. So, on YouTube, if you guys would like, go ahead and cast your votes, and we can go ahead and kind of choose what to do. So are we just, like, immediately gonna start cheating? I need a drink of water. 1 second. You want to help Becky out? You're feeling nice today? That's very merciful. Let's see. All right, here we go. I'm going to go ahead and kill the poll here in the next 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, the results are in. People really want to re-roll the die, so we'll use our poltergeist skill to roll the die again. You force the die to keep rolling on the table, and all the players notice this. No one finds it particularly strange. The die now stops at 9. Becky's eyes light up with momentary happiness, and Ollie and Jeremy seem to be satisfied with the roll too. So, Dave says, your trained eyes perceived a something gliding out of the house. The door doesn't even move, but what seems to be a spirit is now hovering in your direction. Shit, Sarah, says Ollie, forcing a low-pitched voice. It's a wraith. Do you still have some blessed water on you? I think so. Becky looks at Dave, who shakes his head. I actually don't. I've done that so many times in D&D. I've been like, oh wait, don't I have this? And everyone's like, no. I'm like, oh, I thought I packed rope. Flip the table. Okay, that depends. We'll see. She turns to Ollie and says, let's run away, Conrad. No, answers Ollie. We have to find the killer inside the house. The wraith keeps coming in your direction, narrates Dave. It doesn't have a physical form, and you can barely see it under the half moon. It sings something in a bizarre language. It's very creepy. What a misrepresentation of ghosts, you think. That's borderline discrimination against dead people, not to mention the questionable narrative techniques. I love how offended we're getting when we did some horrible things when we were first getting our ghost powers. Like, we were really awful to this family. Lamp, oil, rope. It's yours, my friend, as long as you have enough rubies. Like in Cthulhu? Asks Jeremy. Yeah, Cthulhu. I'm not gonna try and pronounce that one. I feel like if I mess up, I'll get canceled. Man, this is an important scene, says Dave. Plus, Lovecraft was a racist douche. Stop the off-topic. The game master looks at the couple. So, Sarah and Conrad. The wraith is almost upon you. What do you do? Alright, so we have a poll here. Fatang, you think? Okay, good. Alright, so we have option number 1, show up by the window the next time Dave describes the wraith. Okay. We cannot possess Becky, and we cannot possess Ollie, but that's almost, you know, that's, I honestly think that's fine, because it kind of takes the fun out of, like, moving them a little bit, like pushing them, rather than just brute forcing, making them do stuff. Then we could open up the window, as a poltergeist. We could also whisper, and then we could also do nothing. There we go, poll is live. Let's see. We were just naturally defensive when we woke up. Now that we know what the whole family's made up of, cowardly punks, no need to keep scaring them or something. They were so pathetic. We took mercy on them. Maybe bump up music. No, thanks. Some of these, I haven't really gotten around to equalizing all the tracks, so some of them are a little bit quieter than others. There we go. Slight ghost. Alright, I'll close the poll in about 5 seconds, so if you want to vote, now's the time. Alright. 3, 2, 1. It is now closed. Alright, the people voted on whispering, yeah. It was a close one. Show up at the window was 40%, whisper was 45%. So we're gonna say, Conrad, Sarah, you cannot run from me. Jesus, man, says Jeremy. What sound effect was that? It was... Dave attempts to come up with an answer, his hesitant gaze scanning the room. It was, a program I downloaded. The group keeps playing Occult Noir, and the dice keep rolling as the darkness outside intensifies. Later, after the dusk turns into pitch-black, cloudless night, and after Sarah and Conrad have found a mad scientist who tells them about a secretive cult in the town of Arkham, Dave and Jeremy head back down to the living room. You overhear a chat about lighting up another smoke before the party. Becky and Ollie go to Ollie's room. God, I hate both these couples. Go Gadget Gaslight. Okay, so, do we follow the stoners and probably watch them light up, or do we stay with Ollie and Becky in the bedroom, which is also a terrible idea. Where's drugs? I really need to find a soundbite of that. If anybody's got the Where's Drugs soundbite, feel free to message me on Discord, DM me, and I'll see if I can work that into at least a temporary stream donation alert. Let's just hunt them both to the fullest extent of our wrath. Do we stop the smoking or stop the sex? Yeah, I know. I feel like Jason right now in Friday the 13th. It's like, who do we punish? Hey, how are you? Hey, doing pretty good. It was kind of low energy today, so I thought I'd whip out the old, interactive ghost story thing. I do plan for the next little bit, or I guess the coming week, I kind of want to play a little bit of the Seventh Guest, like the actual normal game, and then I do want to try to pivot over to maybe playing it on VR. We'll see, but I think it would mean more if we played it a little bit first as how it, like an hour or two of how it originally was, and then some other stream we do the VR version. It would, I think, give us a big comparison on it. Alright, poll is done. Oh wow, it is really neck and neck. Okay, I'll give it 5 more seconds, but so far Follow the Lovers is winning at 52%. Alright, and 3, 2, 1... and poll. Oh! It went to 50 just as I ended it. It is exactly 50-50. What? I gotta redo the poll now. Or maybe I should just tiebreaker it. I can't. I'm 50-52. Okay, guys, don't split the vote. The choices are stoners and lovers. I can't break the tie, because I'm actually really... Okay, this one's gonna end after 10 seconds. So... I should choose it myself at this point. Maybe I should. Okay, well, it's too late. I already started the poll. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and it is time to stop the poll. Do not split the vote. I swear to God. And look. Oh, okay, it just barely edged out. Just as I stopped the poll, it looked like it was 50. Okay, stoners it is. We're gonna follow James and, or Jeremy and Dave to the living room. All right, it's freezing, comments Jeremy as a breeze from the open window catches his greasy hair. No shit, says Dave. You're not lighting up a joint? Dave shakes his head as he lights up a cigarette instead. Man, you saw how pissed off Becky was. She must have been a pain to Ollie. Let's hit up the joint at the party, all right, but not here. I don't get it, says Jeremy. Of course you don't. You're a dumbass. Hey man, chill. I still don't get why we don't get as high as a flying saucer here. Dave sighs. Because Becky would be mad at Ollie. That's it. So, we can either appear next to them as a apparition. Next to them, or we cannot possess Jeremy and ask Dave what he thinks about Becky and Ollie being together. Why would we even ask that? That's weird. Possess Dave and Jeremy and ask Jeremy what he thinks about Ollie's relationship with Becky. Why would we do that? That's weird. And then also whisper, don't come to my house, bro. And then the other choice is appear beside them. Oh, we've got an ad. Let me go ahead and skip the ad real quick. Okay, appear beside them and say, let's see. See, that's a good thing because sometimes you can actually do a combination if you got the right combination of powers. Get out. There we go. Or nothing. Or leave them be. There we go. Oh, and we have a donation from... That's weird. Why isn't it showing up on YouTube? Huh. Tenebrification with a 725. Nem is such a centrist that she is willing to make us redo the count. That's against the rules. One side must hate your decision. They were both fun. They're both good decisions. It's hard. It's hard when you know, both of them seem like they could have some good mischief with them. Hope we'll get a shining moment with a door and someone freaked out on the other side. We do be slamming doors all over the place. How good/evil are we? What are we aiming for? Well, according to the stats, we are just a little bit evil. I mean, we kind of had a mean start. However, we are a lot a bit silly, so we're kind of there right now. Okay, I'm gonna close the poll in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Chaotic silly. That's it. All right, appear beside them and get out. All right, we're going right into it. The boys' scream echo through the rooms and corridors as Dave and Jeremy run through the front doors. Guys? Ollie's voice comes from upstairs. Oh, cool, we might have actually thwarted Ollie and Becky getting together. Cool. Ollie's voice comes from upstairs. What happened? No one answers. Guys? Jeremy, as if landing in Normandy on D-Day, steps inside the manor again, the doors creeping open. Once he certifies to himself that there's no one inside, Jeremy answers Ollie that everything is all right, yes. As Becky and Ollie walk to the manor's entrance, Dave and Jeremy observe the tense mood between the couple. For a moment, you think that they will keep their mouths shut, but then Dave says, Yo, man, is everything cool? Oh, so maybe they had a fight or something while we were, scaring the stoners. Oh, I just forgot. I didn't put the music credits up. Usually for something like this, I like to do that. Where is it? Okay, song credits. There we go. That way, if you guys end up liking... Oh, that's right. And then I used to have this very slightly... kind of like this, so that it didn't cut everything off completely. There we go. That didn't stop. Okay. Good. It keeps trying to auto go up. Sorry, that's gonna bother me. All right. That looks fine. Good stuff. I also have a tip jar too. I should have whipped it out. Usually I used to whip out the tip jar for stream readings and stuff, but we haven't done any readings because I'm still trying to do that dumb artwork. Let me see. I think it's like right here. There we are. We might be able to. Hang on, we might be able to. Let's see, I'll just have to do a little bit more scrolling. What do you guys think? Okay, there we go. I don't think it's gonna cut anything off like that. Although now I can see the stupid, I don't like seeing the scroll bar. Oh well, at least you guys can see the scroll bar, and that'll help you know where we are on the thing. Jar, yeah. Where were we at Normandy? Oh, were we at Normandy? No, we were alive during the 70s and 80s and stuff. Music is pretty quiet again. Okay, let me turn it up just a bit. Nimir in a jar. I've spent too much time on the internet. No, that was exactly the joke when I had it designed. So you're spot on. You have the Kirandia game said we never. Yeah, I've never played Legend of Kirandia. I've always wanted to though, but it's just one of those point and click games you haven't gotten around to yet, you know. Oh, hi, Jack Squad. Good to see ya. Okay, so, yes, Becky's tone precludes her further... Oh, so Becky's like, yes, and the tone precludes further questioning. I think we should get going, Ollie says, otherwise we'll be too late. Yeah, the party started already, Becky agrees. Let's go already. Oh, I want to go to the party. The four of them walk through the front yard beneath the moonlight. You watch as Becky enters her car, which you notice and recall in the depths of your mind has a Massachusetts license plate. Ollie joins her as Jeremy says, "Shit, man, I forgot something there in your place." What? Oh, he's coming back in. He's coming back in. He's ours. What? Ollie asks. Answers Jeremy in the tone of someone thinking hard to come up with something that's vaguely believable. A pen. A pen? Becky, Ollie, and Dave ask at the same time. Yeah, like a pen, you know, to write shit. Yeah, we know what a pen does, Becky replies. Can't you get it later? Ollie could bring it to you on Monday. Again, Jeremy thinks hard to come up with an excuse. But it's like a very special pen, man, you know? To write very special shit? Alright. Ollie gives him the keys to the manor. Go get your pen, but fast. You observe then as Jeremy walks into the manor. The distress in his expression is obvious to you, and his hand shakes as he turns the key inside the keyhole. Man really loves his pen. When the doors open to the entrance hall, he gulps. Alone, or not exactly so, he walks inside without turning on the lights. Oh boy, lured back into our web. He's coming back in for his blunt, how dare he? I think he's got like a vape or something. Let's see, that jar looks enchanted. Looks like a lot of hard work went into making it. Yeah, the jar is the same person that made a couple other things. A couple of the ghost stickers. If you go to my merch store and you see those little frightened ghost stickers, same guy. He does it in kind of like a watercolor thing. If you want to know his Twitter handle, he does commissions, or at least he did 2 years ago. I don't know what he's doing now. It's been a while. But you can find him in my credits paste bin in the description. Let's see. I mean, who doesn't love their pens? Once you find a really good pen, I kind of understand. All right. His footsteps resonate along the hall as he approaches the window where he and Dave had been. He grabs the rest of the joint they'd smoked from where it was resting by the window. His eyes are bloodshot and wide, and he stares at the shadows as if they might come out to strangle him. He turns around to walk back, the faint moonlight casting shadows on the floor. All right. We have a choice here. So we have just watch, and then we also have up here in front of him, weed ghost. We just emerge from the cloud of weed smoke. Oh my god. If we had possession, we could possess him and repeatedly hit my head on a window. That's just like cranked up to 11. We could also whisper, don't come back. We could also appear and whisper and say next time, bring me one of those too, you funny little man. Funny little man. Comment. Okay, there we go. That reminds me of Talk to Me. I just watched that a little bit a while ago when I was also working on art. And that's also something that happened. Possessing someone and banging their head on something. Oh wait, I should have my chill reading stream music playlist going. Let me see, because this is just the normal stream break music. I've got like a cue. Number 5 sounds too flirty. Okay, this is a different playlist. Let me know if I need to turn it up or down. I like your words, Magic Man. Just a silly little guy. Yeah, you wouldn't... he's just a silly little guy. You wouldn't want to bang his head on a window. It's his birthday. Come on. Imagine explaining that to your friends. Yeah, I tripped while looking for my pen and fell into a window and gored myself, right? Okay, we're gonna go ahead and end the poll. Wow, a whopping 76% with the funny little man. Bring me some of that magic juju stuff so I can see what you see, little fella. That reminds me of Scary Movie 2, I think. Alright, we're gonna show up and whisper, "Next time, bring me one of those too, you funny little man." Jeremy stares at you for a while. Then, when your form fades away, he bursts out laughing. Wow, man, what a hit that was. He keeps walking back to the car. A few hours later, alone in the manor, your only company, the night breeze whistling through the old structure. Alright, we have a choice here. So we can either wander, we can wreak havoc. The kids just get blamed and yelled at. We could also clean up. We could also just watch yard. Wear drugs. We are sending mixed messages. I know, we're quite the hot and cold ghost, aren't we? I fell into the window 23 times. Share drugs. I believe our MO is to throw tantrums and slam everything. Yeah, we do love banging doors. That's definitely been something. We get branded the door banging SCP. It doesn't do anything at all but slam doors. You need to, oh, you could turn up this. Yeah, this one is a lot quieter than the other tracks, isn't it? I'm kind of afraid to turn it up because I know that other songs are going to be very loud in comparison. You know, I will say, the Resident Evil Village safe room music, it always feels really empty, because you don't hear the Duke just quietly having heart attacks right next to you while you're inside. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean, right? Anyone that's played that game. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and end the poll. Geez, we are so benevolent today. Everyone wants to clean up. We wreak havoc and then we clean up. All right, half your time cleaning up is spent in Ollie's room. Actually, that would actually be really scary. Like, you come home and then every like random little mess or like little untidy space is suddenly clean. That's actually scarier than like trashing the place, I think, because it's methodical, you know? Let's see. Doing what to doors? We're banging them. We're banging the doors. Mr. Winters. And then he's just, yeah, that's exactly it. Look, homie, give the Duke a break. His cholesterol is so bad the nurse mistook it for a phone number. You've got the Discord sound clip. Put it on Discord memes. I don't know where to best... Okay, cool. I'll have to go to the Discord for the first time in like 2 years. Okay. I'll go to the memes. Alright, here we go. So we're cleaning. Half the time is spent in Ollie's room. As for the rest of the house, cleaning evokes a nostalgia in you as you fix the portraits, dust off the corners, and put trash into the trash can. When you are organizing Amber's room, you find a piece of paper that catches your... See, I knew the other tracks would be a little louder. Oh, that's Legend of Karenia again. What do you know? Okay, let's see. So we found a piece of paper. It's crumpled, but you can still see the words written on it in purple ink. What you will, journeys end, in lovers meeting, when I journey off, reality, I meet your love, Laura, in the end. You make a mental note that this poem lies here, crumpled and forgotten in the corner of Amber's room. Alright, a Robert Frost she is not. Later, Samantha arrives at Edgeworth Manor. I still like to think that we kind of look like Edgeworth for some reason. Carrying a bookstore bag, she hangs her coat by the door. and walks to the living room. There, she turns on the heater and sits on a couch. Oh, wait a minute. This song shouldn't be in the chill. Oh, you know what? I think it's because I didn't kill the music, so it just jammed both playlists together with shuffle. Let me try that one more time. Sorry. Okay. Okay, she walks to the living room. There she turns on the heater and sits on a couch. It doesn't take much reading for her to put the book aside. She takes a slip of paper from a pocket and a pen from inside the bookstore bag. That must be Jeremy's pen, then scribbles something on the paper. She studies what she wrote. Eventually, she places the note on the desk beside her and focuses on the book again. All right, we have a choice here. What's the deal with all the poems? We've seen at least like 4, right? I think it's setting it up as Amber's thing. Like that's her thing. She's a tortured poet or something. Garbage day. The memes call. All right, so we could either, and we do, by the way, for anyone that wasn't here for the first episode, you can look at things without time passing, it seems. So you may want to look at things before you actually act, otherwise you'll lose the opportunity to actually look at the things. Okay, look at book. Actually, tell you what, that's right. I remember now. What I would do is I would look at the room, and then I would let you guys decide on what action to take. So, we're going to look at the book she's reading real quick. The scarlet outline of a bleeding palm tree on a black hardcover is framed by a white text. The book is Perfect Days, a novel by Rafael Montes. You read that it is the English language debut of a Brazilian writer. That's cool. All right, inspect what she wrote. In hurried handwriting, Samantha has written, "The buried bones and beliefs all hide behind the manor site." Okay, cool. Now we can act. Okay, so we could either snitch on Amber and bring her the shitty poem that she made. Or we could, let's see, whisper. Oh, that's interesting. So if we didn't have the poltergeist power, we would have to rely on whispering to Samantha. Let's see. Solve the poem or suffer the consequences. We could do a little man and gauze Ramses. Alright, so, whisper to find the poem. I love that. It's so much work trying to convince her to go look for it. Meanwhile, if you got the poltergeist power, you can just walk it right in. Okay, whisper, solve the poem. And then also, move the book into hands and read it. There we go. I ran out of characters, so I had to kind of jam them together. Let's see. We're not professional licensed torturers, are we? Well, we don't have a license. Tortured poet, we'll show you torture, slams the door twice and then sulks in the attic. The poem was a solution? It seems like it might have been. It seemed like just like a kind of like a lovesick note to Laura, though. On Halloween, we gotta watch some Courage. I want to. I really want to do something on Halloween, but I've been voluntold that I'm going to be helping with a Halloween party. So I am going to have to be out pretty much setting that up early and then, like, participating. So, I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to. Although, either before Halloween or just after could be cool, too, to do something. If I'm not able to, then I highly encourage you guys to do, whatever seems like a fun idea. Voluntold, fucking love that term, right? I mean, I could have said no, but the implications. And I mean, like, I say it like I hate it, but I mean, it's like, someone's gotta help. And, I'm usually the one flaking, so my number came up. Alright, poll is now closed. This was a close one. Okay, 52% of you are rats that wanna just bring her the poem we found in Amber's room. Which I feel like she would be way more scared to have a poem levitate over to her than to actually be like, oh, what's this poem say? You know what I mean? Okay, so we've brought her the poem using our poltergeist powers. The crumpled piece of paper flies in front of Samantha, then falls on the floor. When I journey off reality, I meet your love, Laura, in the end. Samantha keeps rereading it as a broad smile forms on her face. She looks through the window, likely thinking of her daughter and even more likely proud of her. It's a stark contrast to the dark ambience inside the manor. All right. Next up, I gotta freaking retype everything. Okay, whisper. Well, I mean, there's not much point to whispering. You have to find the place of the poem, right? Because we already brought her the poem. Find poem. Solve poem. She seems to have already solved it, though. She was, smiling like it was cool. Read her the book. And then nothing. Let's see. I don't know what I just voted for, so I picked one. Yep, that's democracy. Halloween is not often celebrated where I live, but I gotta enjoy a dentist appointment on the 1st of November. Oof. I've got a cleaning coming up here pretty soon, so I feel you, man. Oh, the place of the poem is different from Amber's? Oh, that's right. Samantha, the mother herself, wrote something when she came in. It was something like the place of the bones hides the sight or something. The ghost should stop being a nerd and start playing football. Alright, here we go. We're gonna go ahead and end the poll. I'll give it 5 more seconds so I can get a drink. Alright, I think we are good to go. Alright, we're gonna take the book out of her hands and read it to her. Samantha stares at you, her curiosity overcoming her dread. Oh yeah, we put her into like a drug-induced wine panic last night, didn't we? We kept opening and shutting her curtains. She's fascinated, captivated even, as if your very existence stirs in her an inner desire for the unknown. However, Samantha shrieks when you phase out of the surface world and the book falls to the ground. She looks around the manor desperately, clutching her chest as if she were going to pass away. She pushes herself out of her chair and heads toward the mirror on the wall, struggling to maintain her balance. The reflection that greets her as she stares into the glass is a stark contrast to the vibrant woman she was moments ago. Her face is a wreck, with prominent dark circles underlining her eyes and highlighting the handful of wrinkles etched into her skin. She turns around as if to see someone standing beside her, but this time she finds no one. It can't be, she tells herself. You're just too deep in your story, that's it. So we have a choice to either follow her or remain here. Hey Namur, Ghost doesn't seem like a gym high school jock from what we went through. Yeah, if we were dressed up as a Victorian something or other, we have never played football. I think that's just like a rule. Have you seen the amazing digital circus? Sort of. I've seen Drown in the Digital Lake, and I've seen fucking Premblo artwork all over the place, that little jester thing. It seems like something I'd like, but I don't have the time to like just sit down and make some popcorn and watch it. The only way I've been able to like imbibe the stuff that I normally watch is by putting it on in the background while I do my artwork. So I'm in like work mode, which precedes burnout mode. So we'll see. Maybe I'll find some time to watch it soon. I can't believe that I was the only person who voted for nothing. See, you know that it's all about moderation. Can't remember if I asked this. Asked what? Oh, digital circus. Yeah. Choose nothing, get nothing. That's a good point, too. This can't be happening. Follow? What would still be there other than fucking with notes? She's so cynical, she's not able to buy her own product. The pilot was pretty good. Yeah, Gooseworks did a great... Oh, Gooseworks. Does he do... Is he the one that does music? I remember, there was a person who did a lot of Undertale remixes, and I have one of the remixes for Dummy. So, it might be a different person with a similar name. Pomni. I'm never gonna remember that. I'm just gonna call her variations of P words. Okay, everyone wants to follow. We're gonna go ahead and follow her. Now that goose works, nice. Okay, you follow Samantha and see her enter the master bedroom and then the bathroom suite. She takes a pill from a bottle and swallows it, then repeats the action. You notice that the bottle label indicates that the pills are anxiolytics. Oh, that sucks. You don't want to mess with brain chemistry. There's nothing wrong with her. She's actually haunted. Holding tightly to her sanity, she drinks some water from the sink. Oh, sink water, that's worse. You need a shower, she tells herself, her left eyelid twitching. You need a shower, yes. She starts to strip out of her clothes and prepare for a warm, smoothing shower. Please, let's not. Oh no. Okay, it skips the shower scene, good. She's taken drugs. Yeah, I just didn't want to scare her further. Yeah, she's already kinda... Let me check her stats. Her terrometer is kinda getting a little high. Okay, later when the night has darkened further and the woodland noises of the evening have ceased, Samantha locks herself in her office with a coffee mug. She also has a pack of cigarettes she took from the bookstore bag. Her work session is a disaster. I just cleaned the place. She can barely draft new paragraphs because she keeps looking over her shoulder and smoking cigarette after cigarette. No! Now and then she stands up and wanders around the room, distress visible on her face. Only then does Samantha perceive the note you left. Oh, that's right! We left a shopping list of, like, ghost food and stuff. She leans closer and observes the shaky handwriting, her eyes shining with curiosity. She grabs the note and examines it intently. At last, she crumbles the paper and tosses it into the trash can. Then she sighs, massaging her temples. Okay, so we have a choice here. We could either whisper, "Why you yeet?" And then we could also whisper, "We need to work together." And then we could also just watch, wait, and see. There we go. The "I lived in this house and I'm dead" note, right? I think something like that. Possess a spray bottle. Ghost food and roses were in the bedroom, that's right. Didn't we write something like, "Hey, you have to solve the mystery for me, okay?" We've got to get her into an insane asylum. She's not insane, though. None of these meatbags have proven cooperative. Well, in their defense, we have been kind of like a ghost cat. We kind of just swatted them intermittently. Alright, starting to pity this poor woman. No mercy for Ollie, though. You don't want to spare the child? Okay, the poll is in. Whisper that we need to work together. So we whisper, "Samantha Brooks, we need to work together." Samantha freezes in place and stares at her reflection in the window. Then she bursts out laughing. The abrupt, frenzied laughter flows from her underlying fear, rage, and madness. She has the eyes of a person who's lost her connection to the real world, if she ever had any. She stops laughing, immersing herself in the macabre silence of the room, as if to check that she is still in control of her senses. She inspects her cell phone, looks at herself on the screen, and opens her mouth. She makes a few expressions that manage to distress you, despite you being the ghost here. Okay, Samantha Brooks is starting to scare the actual ghost. Yeah, I'm starting to get nervous, too. I hope we don't get her killed. I have a feeling it might be something that's about to happen. Because we, unfortunately, the the catch about this kind of gameplay is we are craving interaction. We really want to do something, you know, because we're ghosts, we're bored, we need to have interaction. But the problem is the interaction ends up being negative most of the time. Like, even if we're doing something silly. So as a result, we're trying to be kind of harmless and just interact, but it's typically causing kind of damage, you know, which is an interesting premise, actually. Alright, end poll. Oh yeah, I remember that I only found out that Charles Martinet is stepping down as the voice actor for Mario because of Juno songs. Oh no, we're losing Martinet as the voice actor for Mario? So long, Gay Bowser, I guess. That's a shame. Alright, so, wait and see. This one is super loud. There we go. Okay, we're gonna wait and see what she does next. Samantha sits down in front of her laptop. In a matter of a few seconds, she apparently forgets about the note. Okay, so we have a choice between keep stalking Samantha, leave the room and wandering around the house, keep attempting to communicate with Samantha, or meddle with Samantha's work and shatter her concentration, or bring her the bottle of anti-anxiety medication. I feel like that's going to cause an overdose, so we can only have 4 options on the poll. That's just a limitation of YouTube. I'm going to omit the anxiety medication. I think she's had enough. She's taken 2. Okay, so we could either keep stalking, we could leave and wander, we could attempt still communicate, and then the last option is break concentration. There we go. Thankfully, his apprentice is really good. You mean Chris Pratt? Let's see, she's having a Joker-level bad day. If only we could bring a bottle of booze to go with the pills. No! Also, I'm going to turn this down just a little bit more. Can ghosts eat drugs? Only if we possess a human and then use the human to eat the drugs. If we had been a ghost capable of possession, there were options where we were able to possess people and then eat the food to see if we could taste anything, and then possess people and get high to see if we could, or take drugs to see if we could get high. Pity there isn't a sorry for scaring you. She goes into her bathroom and then just like written in lipstick on the mirror is sorry. Oh, that would just make things worse. Okay, Nem, unmedicated ghosts are dangerous too? I assume. Alright, so we're gonna still attempt to communicate, whisper or poltergeist. It doesn't take long for Samantha to put on some headphones. The song is so loud you can hear it too. She does it exactly like Amber, the thought sparks in your mind, the same mechanisms to shut off. You had not assumed that such things were passed on to children. Now and then, however, Samantha looks towards the corners of the chamber, her gaze fleeting and preoccupied. Later, Michael arrives at the manor carrying his leather bag, dark circles under his eyes. Well, if he went shopping, we meddled with the shopping list, and we put ghost food on the shopping list, and we also put a rose for Samantha. So, let's see if he brings anything back. Despite his obvious exhaustion, the first thing he does is look for Samantha in her office. He steps into the room, but remains near the door, as if he feels like an intruder in his home. How are you doing? Wait. How are you doing, he asks her, with the tone of someone entering dangerous territory. Samantha checks over her shoulder before answering him. A bizarre, distressing smile forms on her lips, and her eyes remain wider than they should be. I'm fine. You? That's how I feel most of the time. He answers her with a sincere smile in spite of his exhaustion. I'm alright. Work's been tough, but yeah, can't complain. And how was the movie? Michael asks as he crosses the office to contemplate the garden under the dark sky. It was alright, the writer answers, turning to her husband and smiling. There was this awkward scene with this priest and a crossbow. I think it won't be well received by the audience, but all in all, it wasn't that bad. Michael nods as if he were indeed paying attention. Michael stares at the garden outside, and through his reflection in the window, you see his countenance darkening. Samantha and Michael don't address each other for over a minute. He keeps his back turned to her, and she types furiously on the laptop. Okay, I had to turn it back up because that other one is so loud I had to turn it down. Okay, are you happy, he suddenly turns to face her, with things as they are right now? She cocks her head and raises her eyebrow. I don't get it. He walks around the room, gesturing at the walls. This house, this life, leaving the hub. Are you sincerely happy with it? Why, aren't you? Sam, he says, his voice stern, I asked you a question. She stands up. I don't like your tone, Michael. Why are you being so defensive? Why are you being so assholish? He reacts with a sarcastic smirk. Come on, you just made up that word. It's what rioters do, she says, remaining severe. Look, you want to move back to Boston? Back to being a townie? Is that it? Michael draws in a breath, but a single word is quick to leave his mouth. Yes. Samantha sinks back into her chair and places her hands on her face. Then she sighs and glances up at her husband. All right, she says. Surprised, Michael waits for her to go on. All right, let's move back to Boston after I finish the book. He shakes his head and his voice rises. I don't even recognize you anymore. Do you hear yourself? Is your book more important than your family? Aren't my personal achievements important to you? Look at the selfish shit you're saying, Sam. Shit, she repeats. Her tone falters as she says, is that what my work is to you? This is what I've wanted all along. This book might be the most important project in my life. Remember, Michael, fucking remember every time you were doing your shifts and I had to stay home to take care of Amber and Ollie? I could, of course, call that shit, but I never did. I would never do that, and then I ask for a little sacrifice so I can finish my work. Nervous sobbing breaks through her words. You're calling it shit. No, Tears start to roll down her face. Michael, his face contorted in agony, walks over to hug Samantha. Her voice broken, she manages to get out, I think my work's shit too. She cries on Michael's shoulder as he caresses her hair, whispering words of comfort in her ear. I'm sorry, he whispers. I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to. Samantha nods at him, though her expression remains unconvincing. I know that you're right, that your words make sense. It's just... No, he interrupts her. I didn't mean it, really. You did. I might be going crazy. I'm hearing things. Sometimes I see this woman around the house. There's all these weird noises and the windows rattling. It's all connected. To throw dice with the fate of our family only for a book. It was the first sign. Sam, he places his hands on her shoulders. You're the brightest woman, the brightest person I've ever met. You're the grounded one of the two of us. You're not crazy. She shrugs. I really hope you're right. Okay, interesting. Is this because of the rose? I don't think so. Let's see. So let's take a look at our options. A lot of the possession ones are blocked out, which might be a good idea because that just feels like taking away someone's agency a lot of the time. Oh yeah, Numiro, don't know if you saw my comment from the last stream of this, but maybe set up a Google Forms to have more than 3 options. That could be a good idea, but then I'd have to set up the form, copy the URL, paste it into the URL for the thing, and then rinse and repeat. So it's kind of inconvenient, but I can work around it because then I get to exercise a little bit of control by choosing the 4 that you guys see. So then I can kind of participate a little bit too. Okay, so we could examine their faces, which probably is something we may want to do before we actually take an action. Appear by the window, raise my hands to show I mean no harm, as an apparition. Appear behind them, grimacing, as an apparition. We cannot possess Michael and say, look, we're stressed out, we have to stick to the facts, this house isn't haunted. Or we cannot possess Samantha and say, I really think you need to work less, these night shifts are burning you out, you're seeing and hearing things. Which is funny, because Michael hasn't. We cannot possess Samantha and slap Michael's face. We cannot possess Samantha and say, can't we go back to Boston tomorrow, this week? I want to get away from here. Which would cause a lot of trouble because she's the one that wants to stay. We could retrieve the note from the trash and float it in front of them as a poltergeist. Or we could whisper and say you should not have moved into this house. Which, I'll be honest, every time we say that as a whisper, like, it does nothing. And I don't even know if we want them to leave the house, because as soon as they leave the house, the game is over. There's no one left to haunt. We could also sit on Samantha's chair and then say, you look so lovely. Now, how about getting out of here? Which is funny. Okay, so we're going to examine their faces real quick before we actually take action. Okay, Michael's eyes are closed as he focuses on comforting his wife. Okay, that's a key detail. The reason is, whoever has their eyes closed or is facing away or is asleep isn't going to see the apparition, because the apparition happens so quickly that by the time they look, you've already disappeared. So only Samantha would see this. Samantha sobs. Now and then she looks around the office distressed. Yeah, she'd be the one to see this, expecting the house or you to make a new move against her. Guys, she's traumatized. Okay, so, I'm gonna start the poll. The options are gonna be up here by window, but again, that's just gonna scare her, because even if we're like, oh, we mean no harm, she's gonna be like, ah. I'm gonna omit up here behind them grimacing, because he's not gonna see it, and she's just gonna see us frowning at her. We could float the note. I spelled note wrong. I spelled it like float. We could, I'm gonna omit the you should not have moved into this house whisper. I guess I'll add as an option the sit in chair and say get out. And then for the final option, we're gonna give you the option to leave them. I'm gonna get a quick refill on my water here, and then I'll come back and we'll end the poll. There is a poll made by Deef Dragon, who used his site to get a job on Twitch. Interesting. Oh, you've got the name of the new Mario voice, Kevin Afghani. He really nails the classic Mario feel. That's cool. Well, good for him. All right, let's see. For some reason, it's not showing Twitch chat. Let me go ahead and refresh the chat. Let me go ahead and refresh the chat box. And I'm going to duck out of sight so I can go get a refill real quick. See you guys in a second. You came to the wrong house, fool. Yeah, exactly. We're the ghost of Big Smoke. Hey, I just noticed there's an option to show platform icons on chat. Let me see. Okay, I'm gonna turn that on just for funsies. Hopefully it won't push the chat too far out of frame, but we'll try that out. And plus, that way I can glance over at it, and if I don't see the Twitch icons, then I know that it's not showing Twitch, and if I don't see the YouTube icons, I'll know it's not showing YouTube. Cool, cool. Interesting. Let me go ahead and adjust it just a teensy bit. There we go. No icons? It looks like there's icons. I mean, it doesn't show, like whatever your icon is on YouTube, but you know. Yeah, you could always tell which is which because YouTube would always have one color and Twitch always had multiple ones. Yeah, I always noticed that too. But this way, I mean, we'll jazz it up a little bit. I'll probably take it off at some future point, but it's kind of cool. Okay, it is time to cease the poll. Okay, and you guys voted to float the note. Here we go. Retrieve the note from the oh, I'm still ducked. Ah, I'm back. Okay, retrieve the note from the trash and float it in front of them. The couple ceases their conversation and stares at the note hovering in front of them. Oh, they both see it. As you leave the surface world, the paper gracefully falls on the floor and their eyes follow it with dread. What was that? Michael says. What was written on it? Samantha's eyes are fixed on the piece of paper lying on the floor. She faces Michael and says, it was a note from the book, and she looks at the door, left ajar. It must have been the breeze. Silence. Yes, he replies, a breeze. Of course it was a breeze. I'm gonna kill you both. I'm so must have been the wind. Never should have come here. Okay. Okay, so appear. So they're not even, like, pick up the fucking paper, you bastards. Okay, appear at window. Whisper to leave. Appear in chair and say leave, and then just leave them, let them have their moment, leave them. Yeah, because it's almost like chat's gonna be programmed to torment them because, like, since when does anyone vote to leave something alone, right? Like, to not take the action almost seems like you're missing out. So, like, and me by extension too, you know, like a game player is going to want to keep interacting, right? So, you know, do you visit the Ghost District often? We don't go by the Ghost District, you know. Not a place you want to be after dark. A jar? Another one? They noticed it. That was cool. Yeah, we are gonna have to just flat out start folding the paper into origami before they flat out admit that something's happening. Let's see. Stop! You violated the law. Okay, so we have the vote in. We've got some people wanting to appear at the window. Okay, and then second place is leave them with 30%. So 50% is appear at the window. Michael's eyes lock on yours. Okay, great. Mike is finally joining the party. Mike? Samantha asks. She looks behind her, but only sees the night sky and reflection in the window. What was that? He shakes his head and keeps her in his arms. Okay, that was nice, but I think it's time to let the couple have their moment. We need to pull a Jason on them, Heavy Rain style, but with Ollie. Ollie! You leave Samantha and Michael. He doesn't stay for too long in the office, heading for the kitchen instead and grabbing himself a cold beer. He retreats to the bedroom within the next hour, while Samantha keeps writing in her office. Alright, so oh, you know what I just realized I could do? Okay, hang on. I have a clever plan. I think if I hold control... Was it control? No, it wasn't control. It was shift maybe? Or alt? No, it wasn't shift. It must be alt. There we go. Not bad, huh? I forgot that you could kind of crop, sources within, this is a little loud, I'll put that down. You can crop, sources within, OBS. Kind of fun. Oh, Alt 4. I just killed the stream immediately. Alright, you leave Samantha and Michael. He doesn't stay for too long in the office, heading for the kitchen instead and grabbing himself a cold beer. He retreats to the bedroom within the next hour, while Samantha keeps writing in her office. Check on Samantha in her office or visit Michael in the couple's bedroom. Michael is someone that we really haven't spent much time with because he's been at work so much. Sam and then Mikhail. Wait, no. I always spell Michael wrong. Does anyone have any tricks to remember how to spell Michael? I always get the A and the E, mixed up. And also, can we acknowledge how insane the spelling of Michael is? Alcohol is drugs. Goodbye, scroll bar. It's fine, we're fine, you never needed it. You know, the scroll bar was the friends we made along the way. You just spell it as Mike. True, true. Oh, yeah, I oughta just put Mike, too. Mike Ale. Michael needs to be ready to receive the Holy Spirit. Ale is eel. Ale is alien. Mike Eel. Ale. Mike Ale. That's an interesting trick. Eel is eel. Ale is alien. Mike Ale. Michael. It's because it's not an English name. What ethnicity is Michael then? German maybe? Michelle. It helps if it's your name. Yeah. See, I just need to change my name to Michael, and then I'll always remember how to spell it. It's a name that AFK developed from a name pronounced Mikhail. Yeah, Mikhail. I remember that. That's how the Japanese pronounce Michael. Mikhail. Or at least in some of the games that I've played. Hence its nutty spelling. Mickey. Just remember the EL in Mikhail. It's related to the one in Daniel and Gabriel. So the E must come after the A. You guys are so knowledgeable. Mic as in microphone. Ha as in had. Hat as in had. And L is an electric. Hebrew. Oh, Hebrew and Nordic. Oh, Nordic. Interesting. Okay, so fittingly, Michael was the winner of the poll. I almost didn't click Michael. I almost just clicked Samantha. Okay, Michael snore. God, every time he comes home, he's just sleeping. How am I supposed to haunt him if he's asleep? Michael snores as his chest goes up and down. He lies on the bed, still wearing the same clothes he had on before. Oh, that's how you know he's tired. His cell phone vibrates and shines, casting a bright white light on the wall for a few seconds. Oh, I wonder who it is. Okay. Snooze maxing. That guy's a nurse. He is slowly dying. Okay, touch phone. Option number 2 is inspect bag. If we had the ability to dreamwalk, we could invade his dreams. If we could make Michael sleepwalk to Samantha's office if we had both dreamwalk and possession. But we don't, so leave is the only other option. There we go. You know, we should probably inspect his bag before we touch the screen. Maybe? Play Snake on phone should have been an option. Yeah, every time Samantha comes home, she comes home to find her work computer just on Minesweeper. Always a lost game. Mikey's guide to avoid haunting. Just sleep constantly. Hope you didn't get one of those dream invading ghosts. Yeah, that's the only reason he can escape me. Okay, so you guys want to inspect the bag and then we'll touch the phone. Inside the half-open bag, you identify a multitude of pens, 2 notepads, a stethoscope, and a half-eaten sandwich in a plastic bag. Beneath that, you can make out a pager and an identification card. Okay, next up, touch the phone. Nicole, are you still there? Just changed my shift. I'll work tomorrow. See you then. Okay, we literally can't do anything else, so we'll have to leave. Let me see what Michael's stats are on Nicole. Okay, he likes Samantha way better than he likes Nicole. Still, 25% is troubling. In the wee hours, Michael remains asleep, snoring in the couple's bedroom while Samantha shifts between shallow naps and futile word sprints. When absolute silence finally reigns inside the manor, you hear the faint hum of an engine in the front yard, and then the sound of the entrance doors creaking open. Amber carries Ollie with an arm wrapped around him, his shirt stained with dried vomit. Staggering and sweating despite the cold, both are struggling enormously to keep their balance. Did you guys get drunk? Geez, that's gonna be a haunting. A girl walks in after them, holding Amber's bag. Her long and lustrous hair is as dark as her irises. Oh, you know her name's gonna be fucking, God, what was the My Immortal girl's name? Does anyone remember the My Immortal girl's name? Like, Ebony, Ivory, Tear, Raven, Astroni, or something. What's the goal? Are we trying to get them to leave, or are we just being pranksters? Apparently, we've got a lot of backstory that we can't remember after our death, so there do seem to be some implications that while we could scare them or destroy them or be silly with them, we also have a mystery of our identity to solve. Ebony, Darkness, Dementia, Raven Way. Thank you, Kid Justice. Thank you, Mystery Fluff, too. That's so perfect. Oh, and she walks confidently like a shooting star. I didn't even read that. Okay, this is probably going to be Laura, but I want you guys to know I don't care. I'm going to refer to her as Ebony for the rest of the game. Ollie, we're home, says Amber, her voice dragging. She hiccups. Ollie, what? We're home. How many? How many what? We're home, come on. Oh, we are ratting them out. Holy shit. Ollie's face suddenly reddens and he jerks forward and pukes on the floor. My floor! It's watery, as if he's already spilled out anything else in his stomach. He falls to his knees, almost bringing Amber down with them. Okay, here's a question to all you drinkers and maybe doctors out there. If you've been drinking, right, and you just throw up and there's nothing in your stomach, like, what's the point in the body throwing up? Like, what is it about alcohol that makes you want to throw up, right? Is it because the liver is overloaded and that's, like, something that happens when you overload the liver? Or what, you know? He falls to his knees, almost bringing Amber down with him. I'll get him a glass of water, the girl says. Thanks so much for this, Ebony, Amber replies. Amber stays to help Ollie, who is lying in a pool of his puke as Ebony, I'm gonna have to remember, Ebony walks to the dark manor to search for the kitchen. Guys, are we gonna haunt Ebony or are we gonna stay with Amber and Ollie? Let's see. Dementia is my middle name. Wait, what's my first and surname again? Okay. So we're going to haunt Amber and Ollie, or haunt... There we go. I can't believe I had 4 characters left after typing out Ebony's full name. Let's see. It's the ghost of the liver trying to escape. Liver goes, ah! It's throwing out the liquid to try and purge the alcohol to alleviate the workload on the liver. Oh, so the throwing up really only... Well, my question is, like, why do you throw up when you're hungover? Because by the time you've gotten to the hungover stage, like, is it the alcohol's in your blood, right? You got blood alcohol content. Like, it's all out of your stomach by the time you're throwing up, right? It just seems like a really imperfect way to solve the problem. Let's see. The liver can't process it fast enough, and it sort of just sits in your stomach if you drink too much. Interesting. Usually you vomit to get rid of the poison. Yeah, okay, I guess that's a good point. The body will still have the poison of alcohol in its system, but will still try to get the poison out even if the stomach is empty. Amber must go insane. The body isn't smart, it's just responding to what it thinks is poison. Interesting. Okay, everybody loves Ebony. Everybody loves Ebony Darkness Raven Way. Follow. Okay, we're following Ebony. Oh, dehydration too, you think? It's not solving the problem, it's just worsening it. Man, if I had $1 every time the body did that. Ebony darts across the dining room and finds the kitchen. She surveys the space for an instant, and failing to find a light switch, she uses her cell phone to light her way. She looks in the fridge for water. I'm not pulling any punches here because she doesn't have a terror meter, so I can do whatever I want, right? Okay. She looks in the fridge for water, so we could either observe. We cannot possess Laura and bring Ollie the glass of water, which defeats the purpose because she's gonna do that anyway. We could appear grimacing. Watch her be a huge goth and she loves it. Ugh. We could turn on the light, or we could whisper, Ebony. There we go. Force her to do healthy choices. Absorb. Watch her get the glass of water, and then as she's walking back to Amber and Ollie, we possess her and drink the water right before she gets to them, just so she shows up with an empty glass, and we just repeat it every single time. If you are hungover, you are actually dehydrated, and your dehydrated body panics to a terrible degree. Did you know that you can get so dehydrated that one of the stages in dehydration is for you to have so little water in your body that your eye jelly, like your eyeball is basically like a membrane with eye jelly, it actually detaches from the back of the retina because it's shriveled up so much. And I believe a retinal, it wouldn't be a retinal detachment, it'd be a posterior vitreous detachment, and that is permanent. And usually accompanied by a floater, by the way, like a ice ring or something, like a huge, humongous iceberg of a floater from where the spot where it used to be sucked onto the back of your eye. Scary stuff. Option 5, recite My Immortal, complete with spelling mistakes. You can be so dehydrated in some cases that it affects the reservoir of water internal. Really? Are you able to easily replenish your reservoir of water? Eye jelly detachment makes very uncomfortable. I'm getting some water. Yeah, you guys, you didn't come here for a new fear, but you have it. It's horrifying, to be honest. How many different things can go wrong with your body causing blindness? Man, the world of eye disease is the scariest thing you'll ever find. Okay, so you guys want us to whisper Ebony. Ebony. Oh, I'm still ducked. Okay, we're back. Still focused on the task of filling a cup with water, Ebony responds without even looking around. Yes? Oh my god, she's actually talking to us. Okay, we have our first conversation since we died. You're the first. Oh, I spelled you're wrong. You're the first. You're number 1. I'm just gonna put that for the first option. 2. Convince the Brooks I'm real. Option 3. Amber likes you. Well, duh. And 4. Stop communicating. Does eye jelly taste good? Apparently crows love it. Like, I mean, not just crows. Isn't it like the first thing animals go for? Like, when fish get beached or something, the first thing that happens is the birds will peck at their eyes. Ezra, an eye doctor, confirmed. I might as well be. I know all sorts of facts about the vitreous. I had a family member that had a vitreous issue. It's mostly made up of hyaluronic acid and, like, 3 to 4 different types of collagen. So it's basically like a collagen woven matrix surrounded by the hyaluronic fluid. Hyaluronic acid, you probably hear that mentioned a lot in like skincare and stuff, and it is a supplement. But the interesting thing is that, yeah, the eye jelly, like the watery part, that's hyaluronic acid. And funny thing is that in your joints. Like, everybody knows about joints and everybody knows about cartilage, right? Well, you may not also know that there's like these fluid-filled sacs called, I think, synovial sacs or something, but they're filled with synovial fluid, and hyaluronic acid makes a big part of those sacs as well. So if anyone out there is worried about joint problems, you may want to consider looking into hyaluronic acid, taking it as a supplement. Also, chondroitin and glucosamine sulfate, that's also something else to look into. For eyes and joints, like it plays a big part in the joints, but believe it or not, some of the collagen that makes up the matrix that gives your vitreous kind of like a form, if I'm not mistaken, it uses chondroitin and glucosamine as well. Specifically, the chondroitin is part of the... Remember how I said there's different types of collagen that makes up that matrix inside the vitreous? Well, one of the types of collagen is chondroitin, I think. And that specific type of collagen's job is to sort of like act as a detangler so it doesn't get tangled up. And when you end up with a lot of like proteins and collagens tangling up like that, that's what the eye floaters are. So something to consider. Okay, skincare, what's that? I know, right? If something in our bodies are permanent if harmed, yeah, there are some things in our bodies that are permanent if harmed. They remain at that percentage. I've heard, I don't know about this 100% because I haven't researched it, but I've heard that certain surgeries and certain like cuts to the eye jelly and stuff, like it doesn't like heal over and scab really. It just kind of just stays like that, I've heard. So be careful, watch your eyes, y'all. Okay, I'm gonna end the poll now. I got off on a tangent. We are getting some significant insight on the subject. Okay, you're the first person who's talked to me since my death, Ebony. She's the chosen one, guys. Laura giggles, suddenly distracted by the collection of magnets. Fucking Ebony. Getting distracted by the collection of magnets on the fridge. Yeah, alright, I didn't know you were like so into Halloween, Ambi. Okay, that's it, she's getting a haunting. Okay, so we could say, I'm not that into Halloween. And then we could actually get into an argument with her about Halloween. Okay, I'm just gonna do 1, 2, 3, 4 since we're not skipping over any. This will be a quick poll. All these facts are a real eye-opener for sure. Yep, med school Namir moment. Maybe I should have gone into it. I do tend to like hyper-focus on things when it has to do with health. Because one of my fears is like, you know, losing my health, losing my mobility, losing my senses, you know. Hey, I do have Nazar here. Oh wait, he's like way underneath. See, he's there. Alright, ice can heal, but it's like cutting jello in the jello. It'll take a while to reform. Okay, so it does heal. That's good. I've heard there's a certain type of surgery, it might have been the PK one, where the surgery involved making an incision and then like lifting a flap over the lens of your eye. And I think for a long time in the military, if you had that, you weren't allowed in certain groups that were going to parts of the war, I think, because what had happened is at some point, this may have been during Vietnam, maybe, I think, or at some point, but a lot of, if you were taken prisoner and they found out you had done that surgery, they would re-peel open that, I think, loose flap on the eye, I think, and use it for like torturing means, which is weird because like what just stops them from making that flap on their own, right? You know? That's LASIK surgery to improve vision. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, PKR is the one where they ablate it, I think, which is scary to me. Yeah, PRK is the other option that removes the whole thing. Oof. I did LASIK way before service. Can't do LASIK if you're going to be a pilot. Yeah, I think that's how it used to be. I don't know if that's still the rule. Okay, number 3. Everybody wants number 3. Ebony, Amber likes you. Ebony directs a cynical gaze towards the dim dining room. She intones wailing, well, Ebony likes Amber too. She laughs and says to herself, what a silly girl you are, Amby. Okay, I feel sorry for you, Amber. I'm just gonna be like, I'm not that into Halloween. Yeah, I see that, she answers, almost bored. I must admit that this creepy voice ghost of yours is very good, though. But it's not a creepy voice. I'm an actual ghost. We're gonna sit here and argue. I'm sorry. We're just gonna sit here and argue. Because let's face it, she's not gonna be able to, like, understand or get involved with this. Ebony chuckles. You almost sound like one I have to say. Oh, okay. You have to convince the Brooks that I am real. Ebony sighs and looks at the gloomy dining room, pissed off. Look, I can do that too, okay? She intones in a spectral wail. And you have to convince them that I am real too. We're just gonna lose our temper. You insolent girl, you will pay. Ebony replies in her imitation of a ghostly voice. Yes, I will pay. I can pay you a McGhost with creepy fries when we meet in the other world. Okay, she's just made a deal. We're gonna hold her to that. She owes me a fucking Grimace shake too. She giggles and returns the pitcher of water to the fridge. For fuck's sake, she tells herself, still smiling. Stop communicating with Ebony. Time to Oh, achievement, spooked crush, haunted Laura. Oh, so we might have actually successfully haunted her. Okay. As Ebony leaves the kitchen with a glass of water, she stops and looks around and finds the gloomy dining room empty. Amber? What? Amber's distant voice answers from the entrance hall. Laura's eyes widen. She runs to the entrance hall, spilling some water along the way. My floors! And when she reaches Amber, she asks, wasn't it you that... Noticing her distress, Amber says, that what, Ebony? That... Ebony looks over her shoulder. No noise comes from the dining room or the kitchen. That was talking to me? I was here with Ollie the whole time. Why? You're creeping me out. Ebony can't think of an answer, so she hands a glass of water to Amber. Occasionally, she glances over her shoulder, but she sees no one in the darkness behind her. Ollie attempts to recompose himself while Amber cleans up the mess he made. Then she helps Ollie upstairs. Ebony follows her, holding the glass and a towel she fetched from the bathroom. Now, if anything happens, you call me, okay? Amber says to Ollie as she leaves him on the bed. He nods, covering himself up to the nose with a duvet. You notice for the first time that behind the thick haze of drunkenness, his eyes are filled with sorrow. Oof, I wonder if him and Becky had problems. Amber remains in the room for a few minutes more, assuring herself that Ollie is sleeping and breathing well. Then she glances at her phone and goes to Laura, or Ebony, who is waiting for her by the door. It's already past 2 a.m, says Amber. Yeah, so don't you want to stay here for the night? Actually, as Ebony answers, she scans the walls in the end of the corridor as if searching for something that's not here. Fuck yeah, we scared her away. No fucking hanky-panky in my house, you weirdos. I think I'm going back to my house. But you were drinking. Ebony shrugs. So what? Drinking and driving is cool. So what? I drove up here. I can drive back to Durham. It's not like we're in Manhattan. Out of arguments, Amber sees no other option than to comply. You observe as Ebony leaves the house hurriedly. Drinking and driving isn't attractive, Ebony, hugging Amber at the front door. When Amber walks back upstairs, her expression is that of someone who's lost the chance of a lifetime. And in her tired, rather drunk and immature countenance, you observe a wave of lingering anger that still needs direction. Where are the parents? Like, these 2 kids are teenagers, right? And like, it's 2 a.m. and they hadn't come back. Like, that's super... I can't tell if I just grew up in a weirdly prudish household or if, like, parents are supposed to care about where their kids are at if it's past 2 a.m. Oh fuck, she's too cool and epic. Ebony has now become drunk driver of cars. If she gets into a wreck, we can be... No, fuck it, I'm not sharing the house with her, never mind. Time to detox Ollie with hauntings. Okay, so we have a choice here. We can either see what the couple's up to, haunt Samantha's writing office, go to Amber's bedroom, go to Ollie's bedroom, search the house for clues about the Edgeworth family, search for my memories in the dark corners of the manor, or return the attic. So we are going to have a couple options that we can, go to, but we'll only be able to do a couple. We won't be able to do all of them. Oh, so look for Laura in the guest bedroom. She would have been staying in a separate bedroom. Okay, that would have been fine. Let's see. Okay, so, couples... Okay, I'll just say master bedroom. And then we've got, writing office. I think Samantha's kind of had it pretty rough today. Amber's bedroom. We're just gonna pelt her with stuffed toys. And then Ollie's bedroom. I'll save the introspection for later. His family is just weird. Okay, good. I'm glad. That shit, she promised us McDonald's. I know, right? We blew our chance to haunt her more. I know. I miss Ebony already. Helped her with plushies. In the last episode, we haunted her by making her teddy bears dance or something. It was pretty weird. We made her giraffe walk across the floor and then fall over and then say something. There's an instrument in this Silent Hill one where it is, I kid you not, but right here, the dong dong, that part, that instrument, whatever that is, it sounds so much like Twin Peaks, like the intro song where it's just got like kind of that doom doom doom, that one. It's like kind of a string instrument. That one, dung dung, that one. I don't know if I'm the only one hearing it. Windowy the window can make another guest appearance. Fuck, I forgot about Boxy the haunted box. He really was a treasure, wasn't he? Okay, everyone wants to check out Amber after Ebony left her in the dust. You find Amber on the bed, wide awake. Her feet are restless, and she sighs now and then, gazing at the false sky glowing on the ceiling. Hey, listen, in our defense, we did pass along the message that Amber likes her. As if giving up, she reaches for her cell phone on the bedside desk, and its light flashes across her restless face. Okay. We're gonna look through the room before we actually try, interacting. Oh, interesting! We could have possessed Amber and walked into Laura's room. That would have been weird, though, because they are still underage. Look through the windows. Through Amber's bedroom windows, you can only make out the vast forest that surrounds the manor. Moonlight bathes the leaves, which are almost eerily still, until something starts to move between the trees. The moving silhouette... Is it fucking Ebony? Is she just, like, stalking us? The moving silhouette is difficult to distinguish amidst the pitch... Oh, God, I'm the ghost and I'm scared. The moving silhouette is difficult to distinguish amidst the pitch-black woods, if there is, in reality, anyone there at all. As suddenly as they were disturbed, the leaves and branches go still again, returning to their quietude. Likes her or likes her? Likes her. Likes her, I mean. Although she is a poet, it's hard to tell sometimes. Okay, guys, we're being ghost mugged. Yeah, like who? Fucking yard ghost? Get the hell out of here. I'm the ghost and I'm scared, right? Okay, we're going to look at the bathroom suite first, and then we're gonna look at her phone. Her party clothes are thrown into the bathtub, and the sink is still dirty with traces of her makeup. Okay, we're gonna look at the phone. Laura's face surges on the screen alongside a name. Ebony, yeah. Ebony Moore. Fuck, even her last name. Okay, guys, her full name, which was totally Ebony Dementia Ravenswaywood, or whatever it was, online. Amber keeps staring at the screen, uneasy. Okay, now we have a choice. We could either appear at window, or make a few glow-in-the-dark stars fall from the ceiling. Aw, don't peel off her glow-in-the-dark stars. Throw stars at her. Or leave. Need to finish Twin Peaks. Man, I can't get past the first 2 fucking episodes. Every time I'm like, okay, I'm gonna sit there and I'm finally gonna enjoy this classic. And it's so boring. But again, it's the first 2 episodes, of course. It needs setup, right? It's slow burn. God. But I really need to do it.
Speaking of Silent Hill, it's crazy that so much Japanese media is inspired by Twin Peaks because of how popular it was there. I keep running into stuff that was inspired by Twin Peaks. I had no idea how popular it was. Why was it popular? How did it even get a dub? Apparently, even Legend of Zelda took inspiration for it. You see, and that's why you should never be afraid to take inspiration and use it in your own work. Think of how many cool and creative things we have that really, like, you know, it doesn't seem like a ripoff of Twin Peaks at all because, you know, it took little bits of inspiration, but otherwise it did its own thing. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and end the poll. We need to draw attention from the window, from the phone before window shenanigans. That's a good point. Okay, we're gonna throw star. That's a really good point. We're gonna make the stars fall. Amber, immobile, stares at the falling stars. After a long moment, she aims her cell phone flashlight at the ceiling, then into the corners of the room. Unsatisfied, she gets up, opens the door, shines the light along the corridor to find nothing at all. She walks back to bed while looking over her shoulder. Okay, now's our chance. Appear at the window. Amber takes a while to notice the person in the room who was not there mere moments ago. She screams and jumps back so hard she hits her head on the wall. I didn't do that. She's just a fucking klutz, okay? With one hand, she pats the back of her head. With the other, she pulls the duvet up to her chin. Her eyes fix on you. Please, she mumbles, don't kill me. And the last thing we say before we kill her are, Puxy the haunted box sent me. Okay, we can gesture that we mean no harm. We can grimace shake and stride toward her. We can stare at her. If you do not get out of here, I will kill you. Or we can sit on the bed. I'm dead, okay? But you don't have to freak out every time you see me. See, isn't it nice to actually have the ability to whisper? I'm so glad that we picked the whisper and the apparition powers at the same time. Grimace, shake. I'll heal you. And then, God, don't freak out. Jeez. There we go. Oh, Alan Wake will have a sequel this or next year, so it's being rumored. Yeah, I've heard NoPencil talk about it. He's a really big fan. I kind of missed the boat on the Alan Wake thing, which is a shame because it really feels like something I'd like. Finally, a conversation where the person takes us seriously. Yes. The final option makes us feel hurt, by the way. Yeah, I know, I feel hurt. I hate that no one will have a conversation with me. I write fucking ghost food on the shopping list. Nobody buys me ghost food. This family has been very neglectful of its house ghost. I'm just saying. Let's see. There was even a kids show in the Netherlands about learning how to read, which had Twin Peaks inspirations. What does that mean? How do you even... Okay, hang on. I need to Google something real quick. Gravity Falls and Twin Peaks parallels. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Interesting. I can't find it, but that is really interesting if that's the case. Yeah, it's like a notice me senpai sort of situation. A lot of stuff in Japan was taken from that series for a series that went full surrealism. Huh. That's probably why I have such trouble getting into it. If I don't feel like I'm grounded in reality anymore, I kind of stop caring, which is weird. Because it's like, oh, there's no rules and nothing matters. All right, and then whatever. Okay, so we're gonna 69% have chosen to sit on the bed and say, I'm dead, okay? But you don't have to freak out every time you see me. You said you're dead? Amber asks with the frail voice of someone speaking to a ghost. Okay. Yeah, dead as Elvis freaking Presley. You know him, right? We're gonna keep on this line of conversation, I think. Silent Hill 2 feels heavily inspired by Twin Peaks. I would believe it. Heavily, yeah. Amber still wide-eyed nods. Watch her be like, who's Elvis Presley? And we're like, I'm so old. Yeah, actually, it is weird she knows who he is. Because Elvis Presley, didn't he die in like the 60s? Okay. So let's rock and roll. Help me find out what happened to my corpse. We're getting somewhere. and an explosion of nerves, Amber screams again and hides her head under the duvet as if she'd suddenly become 7 years old. She shivers and mutters to herself for almost a minute. When she opens her eyes again, in the dimness of her room, you aren't there anymore. Okay, well fine, whatever, Amber. Fuck. Okay guys, who are we haunting next? That was actually some good bit of progress. You need to go have breakfast. Have a really good breakfast, Lucas. Like seriously, eat like 20 pieces of bacon for me. Is it odd that I really enjoyed Silent Hill The Room? Hey listen, I know that that's the black sheep, well, it was the black sheep of the Silent Hill franchise until all the American Silent Hill games came out, but if it hadn't been named Silent Hill, you know what I mean? I think if it had just been called The Room, I think it would have been known as like a really great horror game, you know what I mean? Let's see, why is everyone so lame? Because they're alive, that's why. And we might just fix that soon. Just kidding. Okay, couple bedroom. Samantha, office. Ollie, room. I'm kind of curious to find out what happened between Ollie, because he seems miserable, like something really bad happened. Search house for clues. I wonder if it's just looking at and acknowledging us makes these mortals' brains scramble apart, like it's a physiological reaction they can't control. That's an interesting point. You know what I mean? Yeah, like an actual physical, like, what if it's not mental? Like, what if it's physical? Like, when a bright light turns on, like, your body's physical reaction is to flinch. You know what I mean? So, that would be actually an interesting way to explain it. Hey, Ollie, you want ghost waifu? Ollie's a few years away from having any kind of adult waifu, so... let's see, like Lovecraftian horror shit? Maybe. I forgot about Downpour. Listen, the thing is, I don't mind Downpour so much. I just don't think it should have been a Silent Hill game. We promised ourselves ghost food, but still. I know, right? Where's our freaking ghost food? Where's the lamb sauce? Okay, Ollie's bedroom it is. Okay, you find Ollie unconscious in bed, saliva dribbling down his mouth. Amber has changed his shirt, but he still wears the jeans he had. Oh, okay, we're not taking him off. Wears the jeans he had on earlier tonight. His duvet lies on the floor as well as his cell phone. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and search the bedroom. You find a glass of water and a folded towel on the bedside table. We're gonna look at the bathroom. Although his bedroom remains somewhat clean and organized, Ollie's bathroom is precisely that of a person who has drunk a bit too much. Splashes of puke stain the sink, and a tube of toothpaste and 2 vials of perfume lie on the soaked floor. Ollie's previous shirt, a mess of vomit and sweat, lies in the bathtub. Clean Ollie's bathroom! Fuck off! Try to call Becky. Interesting. I wonder why we can't do that. Oh, we probably have to touch the phone first. Silent Hill Downpour is the black sheep. Homecoming is the this does not exist. Fuck Homecoming. Jeez. Was that the one where we're looking for our little brother, or is that the one where we're a truck driver and it, like, ruins everything? Okay. So, clean bathroom. We're just a pathetic ghost. Cover him. Touch phone. And leave. Oh man, I deleted my option. Touch phone. Okay. Whatever, I'm not gonna put leave, because that would be way too soon to leave. Origins is actually pretty okay. Trucker man punches horrors beyond comprehension and carries 75 TV sets in his pocket. Good times. I come back after hours and am already lost her hood. Yeah, the hood is off. The hood is off. We spent our lives cleaning this house. Never again. Origins tries hard to be Dead Rising's combat, but it's okay. Yeah. Ghost maid. Oh, I had to make a maid uniform, like as a costume one of these days. That could be fun. I also need to break out my Raven costume, because I went and had a look at it just to see. It was better than I remember. It was actually pretty good, you know? Dead Rising, now that's something. I still have to play Dead Rising. I never did get around to it. I like the sandbox thing with the missions and stuff. Okay, It looks like you helpful people. Maids are a fun look, honestly. Yeah, they are. Dressing up is fun. The Raven costume rules. Thank you. I worked so hard on it, and it actually came out okay. I miss the Raven costume. Yeah, I need to break out some of my costumes more often. I mean, like, I might as well, right? I'm not paying licensing fees. I'm sorry, Dark Shark, but we are living the death that we lived in life, which was cleaning our fucking house. You clean the floor with paper towels, put Ollie's dirty shirt inside the... You know what? Here's something to think about. Our hands aren't ever gonna get dirty, okay? We won't ever actually touch the vomit. Okay, we're gonna... Sorry, I've turned this song up as far as it goes. And I don't think it'll go up any farther. Oh wait, yes it does. Okay, this is from Dead Cedar. Remember when we played Dead Cedar? This is the Safe Room song. Okay, bring back the Blossom costume. Remember when we read the leaked Powerpuff reboot script? Oh, that was a great day. Everyone did such great voices too. Okay, so you clean the floor with paper towels, put Ollie's dirty shirt inside the laundry basket, put the hygiene items back on the shelves, and clean the sink. Ollie should learn not to puke on a dead person's home. Yeah, this is my property. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and intercede. We're gonna touch the phone first. I'll cover him up before we leave. A few messages appear on the screen. Becky says, "Please stop." Becky says, "You're completely drunk." Becky, "I'll call you tomorrow." Becky says, "But please stop texting me drunk." Becky, "You should sleep now." Okay, she cares about him. That's a really nice thing. Try to call Becky. That would probably... She seems really pissed. And then, like... Okay, we're gonna cover him up with the duvet real quick. Okay, guys, do we... Okay, I'll leave it up to you guys. Call Becky or no? Homecoming is the finding little bro one, yeah. Yeah. More Raven Demure. Yeah, I'm the real Ebony Raven Dimension way. How do you feel about Adventure Time? I didn't like it in the very first couple episodes, but as it went on, like, it actually seemed more like dark fantasy, you know, which I really liked. I didn't have a chance to really watch the final seasons, though. I fucking loved Huntress Wizard, though. She was, like, my best girl, so I'm really glad to see at least things worked out with her. Is that a separate model or a color filter? Oh, this is actually where I took my model textures, which are a PNG, like a texture atlas, and then I just opened it up in an image editing tool, and then I just colored over it and stuff. So that's what you see here. So I just actually took a digital pen and you know, did the cross-hatching on it. Let's see. Great as an I'm a commit Minecraft hard mode game over, except for Phoenix. Phoenix's voice was really good. He's just completely on par. As much as I want to hurt Ollie, I don't want to hurt Becky too. I love how Becky texted him multiple times when he was not texting back. That's a good point. No mercy for Ollie. Okay, people want to call Bex, we call Bex. We are chaotic silly, so who knows what might happen. You keep touching the cell phone of the sleeping teenager, fascinated by the technology. Watch Boomer Ghost try to learn how to use a cell phone. You indeed had not seen anything like this in your time, and to some extent nowadays technology seems like magic. After playing with the apparatus, you find a button to call Becky. You touch it and wait to see what happens. In the otherwise silent room, faint beeps echo from the mobile phone. Not long after that, Becky's voice, pissed off and rushed, arises from the device. Oh wait, if we talk to her, she's gonna hear a woman's voice calling from like 2 a.m. on a cell phone. That might cause trouble. Pissed off and rushed arises from the device. What is it? What is it now, Ollie? Okay, guys, you got us into this mess. What are we gonna do? Silence. We just fucking hang up. Throw it on the ground. Say hi. Okay, I don't want to omit the last one. Okay, killing the call is the same as throwing it on the ground, so I'm gonna omit that one. Okay, there we go. Say hi. And say I'm gonna kill the kid. Okay. There we go. We have our options. I was thinking, what if a costume of that character, just an idea. Oh! So, maybe a huntress wizard. Oh, this one's super loud. Hang on, sorry. There we go. That could be fun. The hair would be, I would have to be very careful about how to do the leafy hair. But that could be a really good costume idea for next year, for sure. Butt dialed again, Ollie? Where's the heavy breathing option? It's me, the breather. You're probably wondering who I am. Okay, say hi, I'm gonna kill Ollie. We're so freaking chaotic. Shortly after you kill the call, a weird so we just said, hi, I'm gonna kill Ollie, and then we hung up, and now she's calling us back. Shortly after you kill the call, a weird song starts playing from Ollie's phone. He rubs his eyes and gets out of the bed to grab it. Still half asleep. Before he can mumble any words, though, he hears Becky on the other end of the line. No, there's no one here with me, he says, his voice still sluggish and drowsy. Becky's hurried voice explains that he'd called her, and she distinctly heard another voice on the line. The gravity of her words snaps Ollie to attention. Someone else? It was the voice of a woman. I can't explain it, she says. And her voice falters. And this woman said they'd murder you. Ollie jumps out of bed and turns the lights on. He searches every nook and cranny. Bro, I cleaned your bathroom. It's like, you know what I mean? We're even. Trying to find any trace of someone else being in the room with him, but finds nothing. You know, that could have caused problems if Laura was staying over, you know? Like, they would have been like, well, could it be Laura? Ollie, I'm here, he says, now the fear also tangible in his voice. Boy, we sobered him up real quick. I think I'm alone here, Becky. Promise me you'll be safe. He turns to the mirror that offers a panoramic view of the manor's expanse. Beyond the boundless night, he catches a glimpse of his own weary reflection. I promise. With a murmur of affection, Ollie confesses his love. Becky, after a moment's pause, reciprocates. Then the line goes silent. Aww. That's nice. Ollie grabs a comic book and starts reading it as an excuse to stay awake. Settling onto his bed, he draws the blanket up to his chest, attempting to immerse himself in the tales illuminated by the room's stark light. He struggles to concentrate as his eyes wander to the corners of the room, the slightly open door, and the window revealing the dark outside. Eventually, you move away, leaving Oliver Brooks to grapple with his solitude and mounting anxiety. The clock at the entrance hall shows past 4 in the morning. Okay, so we're running out of time. We're not going to be able to do everything. We have to be careful with what we choose. I love how we covered him with a blanket, and then he ends up getting woken up. Goosely, the gaslighting ghost. Whoa! Let's see. We're matchmakering. Yeah, we brought them close together. Let me see. What am I? Okay, I'm largely benevolent. I'm a good ghost, guys, and I'm very silly. Relationship with Becky's at 65. I don't know if it's improved since the beginning of the game because I haven't really been paying attention, but okay, guys. So we have a choice between Mike, Sam, Search Manor, and Search Memories. Fear is being turned into a chalk outline really snapped his attention. The clock reaches 6 a.m. Do we get sealed? God. That was a good game. If anybody hasn't seen the Night Loops game that we played the other day, it's a good one. We managed to beat it and we got all the endings. 82% terror. Listen, it'll go down eventually. Mostly benevolent is fine as long as we save some evil for Ollie. Wouldn't that be funny if just as a ghost, we were insanely benevolent and kind except to Ollie? Like, all the worst possible choices we picked for Ollie specifically, but then, like, the other family members, we were really nice and helpful. I've not seen the loop game, but I will. Yeah, it's fun. Kind of a Groundhog Day sort of premise. Okay, ending the poll. People want to search the manor. So search the house for clues about the Edgeworth family. Let's see. Along the gloomy corridors, the moon casts slow-moving shadows, and the night emits hushed noises of animals, the wind, or something else. When you reach the large living room on the upper floor where Ollie gathered with his friends, you stop, recognizing a familiar painting on the wall. The painting depicts a gray fortress lying in the center of an island. It does not bring particular memories to you, but it evokes a strange feeling of protection. Attempt to remove the painting from the wall. We're gonna observe it closer. The thick walls protect the interior of a castle, and in the distance a chain of mountains runs beyond the end of what seems to be a lake. There are no people or animals. We're gonna traverse the wall. By passing through the wall, you find yourself in a hidden room. Why didn't we do that? Have we not been flying through the walls? Have we actually only been using doorways? Let's see. Wait, what's expired? Let's see, NoPencil. Oh, the Discord link. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, there is a community Discord, run by the community for the community. If you want to join, it's in the description. By passing through the wall, you find yourself in a hidden room. Watch it just be tons and tons of skeletons, just an insane amount. Now that you are inside this claustrophobic chamber, you have a vague recollection of it. Like a castle, this is one of the manor's layers of defense. A hidden chamber for safety. There is nothing inside but a bench. The chains on the wall must close the secret entrance and conceal the passageway, hiding the person inside from the rest of the manor. The chains on the wall must close the secret entrance and conceal the passageway, hiding the person inside from the rest of the manor. So, the chains on the wall open and close it, but how do you get into it? Well, we have a panic room, I guess. Attempt to remove the painting from the wall. No, that's my secret room. I'm gonna keep that secret for a little bit, I think. Okay, guys. We have just a little bit left to do. We've got Father Mike, Father Sam, and memories. The night outside is not so dark anymore, so we lose our powers when morning comes, so this is probably going to be the last thing we can visit. Oh yeah, World of Horror released a few days back. Darkest, that's nuts, because I could have sworn people were playing it like 2 years ago. Like, I remember people playing it, and I was like, crap, I missed the boat on it. But everyone's playing it again now? Didn't it come out years ago? Since ghosts can go through walls, can they get claustrophobic? It's funny, I thought that same thing. I was like, it shouldn't feel claustrophobic because you can't really be contained anymore. Steal the painting. Emperor Zoran, thank you for coming, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Let's see, it was early access. Oh, so I might, I probably should play it then. It's fully out. Okay, well, I might as well play it then. Okay, cool. You know what else I kind of want to play? There's this string of games that gets released that have a very particular character design. They seem like scary kind of and fun games, but the way the developer, I'm guessing it's a guy, develops the women in the game, like they're always like super front heavy and super back heavy, and they're always with like a kid they have to protect. I remember watching a playthrough way back when. I ended up not playing it because it was, the timing didn't work out. It was a very short game, but I think the first game in the series was like The Man in the Window or something. And then, like, the sequel was something like the Shadow People, where it's a very similar stacked character working in a diner, and you have to, like, serve Shadow People lunch without getting caught or something. Yeah, Man in the Window, that's it. There's a new one called, like, Pirate Pete's Playtime or something, where this kid gets lost in, like, a ball pit or something. It looks kind of fun. I might try it. He is a furry game dev, isn't he? The dev took a year-long hiatus, otherwise it was early access. Dang, that sucks, but I get it. I've seen Manly Badass Hero play those games. I saw the thumbnail, and I was like, why does this look familiar? And sure enough, I watched like the first 3 minutes and I was like, okay, maybe I should play this. Okay, memories it is. All right, but yeah, I kind of want to play it. Attempting to fill the blank slates of your memory. There's also like a mushroom spore one too, where you have to like take shelter or something because there's like a spore storm. Anytime I decide I want to play a game, it's because I've watched 2 minutes of gameplay. So, attempting to fill the blank slates of your memory, you wander along the corridors illuminated by faint nighttime light that shines through the windows. When you enter the dining room and glimpse the fireplace, a vague recollection sparks in your mind. It has to do with death. It's as if the unsuspecting hearth were casting a deadly miasma. So, looking at the fireplace sparked recollections of death. Something to do with the hearth. Nevertheless, you cannot recall why or how the fireplace might relate to such an otherworldly sensation. You leave the dining room, clueless despite scrutinizing each corner, wondering how many important conversations these walls have witnessed. As you explore other rooms, you end up in a library in the same corridor as Samantha's writing office. Even if you've acknowledged the existence of this room before, only now do you take the time to explore it. You move through the shelves, observing many contemporary works whose authors are unknown to you. Some of them you have already seen in Samantha and Michael's bedroom. J.K. Rowling, Dan Brown, James Patterson, Suzanne Collins. Nearby shelves hold books on anatomy, physiology. I always want to say psychology. Physiology, nursing, and anesthetics. While some volumes appear decades old, others look brand new. An entire area is dedicated to children's books, and many of the older editions might have been printed before Oliver and Amber were born. Next to this section are many fantasy, science fiction, and horror works. H.P. Lovecraft, Arthur C. Clarke, Jules Verne. A collection of all the published Sherlock Holmes works by Conan Doyle is displayed next to a bust of Holmes. Your time in the library does not offer any further insight into who you were or what interests and hobbies you had. It's reasonable to assume that no concrete clues about your identity survived the decades, and even if the Brooks had found something related to you, they might have thrown it away. The sky is now dark purple, and weakness fills your essence. Okay, guys, one last place to go. Let's see. I wonder if ghosts can keep their mental faculties and memories of their body cases, aka allergies, medical conditions, mental conditions, and health for the first awakening. Interesting. So like if we were allergic to peanuts in life and we possess Ollie and eat peanuts, he gets an allergic reaction on our behalf. One last spookum for the night. Yeah, and after this night ends, we'll go ahead and call it quits here. Number 1.0 for World of Horror is coming out right now. Night Loops, you said. Yeah, we played Night Loops last night. We could try to make another note for Sam. That's a good point. We just barrage her with sticky notes until she gives into our demands. Okay, we're back. Okay, so people want to haunt Samantha's writing office. Good night, peeps. Got work tomorrow. See you later, NoPencil. Thanks for stopping by. We'll see you real soon. Okay, writing office it is. There was no one in the office. Samantha's laptop stands amidst the usual tempest of notepads, crumpled paper, pens, and pencils. The trash is full of energy drink cans, cigarette butts, and sheets of paper. Okay, we're going to look around for a little bit. We're going to look at the book on the desk. The book is the one Samantha's been reading since she brought it home from the bookstore bag. Oh, the Brazilian one. Her bookmark lies beside it on the desk. Has she managed to read it all since the evening? Look at the computer screen. Samantha was apparently researching on the Salem witches. She's described popular tourist attractions and landmarks in town related to historical events. One paragraph covers a project of the University of Virginia that determined the execution sites of alleged Salem witches. Witches have been like a witch in real life, or like lineage of a witch. That's why we have weird powers when we died. Shouldn't be putting cigarette butts in the trash with paper. That's a paddling. That's a paddling. Maybe she waits till like the end of the night where her ashtray is full, and then she just kind of like dumps them in. Is that less of a risk of a fire? I don't particularly know proper cigarette etiquette because I've never smoked, but maybe it's just emptying the trash bin or the ashtray. Okay, we're gonna look at the notes. The papers on Samantha's desks are covered in draft sketches and scribbles for her book. The words ghost, spirit, and sighting are scrawled many times among her hastily written notes, but none of these pages seem to pertain to you, except one. On a piece of notepaper, Samantha has written, "Remember to call Violet." Throw Samantha's laptop at the wall. Okay, that's too cruel. I'm sorry, I'm gonna go ahead and use my executive privilege to override us here. Like, that would be the worst thing. Like, I think everyone here, like, feels it right here if someone were to do that. We stump them out first, so the glow doesn't try to ignite other objects. Safe to do so in an ashtray. Nice. Witch mentioned. Yep. Oh, sassy witch, yeah, they're talking about you. Clean and organize Samantha's workspace. You organize the sheets and notes scattered across the desk, and you clean up the mess on the floor. This should boost her energy the next time she writes, you reckon? If it doesn't scare her off, that is. Yeah, she walks in, sees everything, and just has a panic attack. We clean the whole area and then throw it against the wall. Oh, man. Okay, we leave the office. You leave the silent office behind. Dawn comes, the attic attracts you. It still feels like an unwanted homecoming, returning to a place that doesn't belong to you anymore. But it is in the damp and gloomy attic that you find peace as the wee hours of the night turn into purple dawn, and with the rising sun, you again cease, if temporarily, to exist. Advanced cleaning. Still have time to throw the laptop. Okay, well, I think that it is it for this stream. I appreciate everybody for coming by, and hopefully you guys got to feel a little bit of freedom with voting on what you wanted to do for certain aspects of the game. It is kind of fun to sort of be able to interact and choose, you know what I mean, on the stream. It burns. Yeah, the sunlight, you know. I do like the idea that you lose your power during the daytime and gain it back during the night, because that kind of explains why ghosts are mostly active during night. Yeah, so I plan to kind of keep this game in my pocket, so like anytime I don't have a thumbnail prepared or I don't have a game prepared, I can just whip this out rather than not streaming at all and feeling bad about it. So we'll come back to this, we'll do this every now and then. Otherwise, I do plan to do World of Horror. I might as well bite the bullet and play that one. I mean, it just came out, right? I do want to play some The Seventh Guest, the original, and then I hope to maybe try it on VR. It seems like the network connection has been just fine for this stream, so, you know, seems like it might be okay. If you want that sound clip, just search my name in Discord. It's the only thing I posted. Okay, I'll go to Discord and I'll go to the memes and then I'll look for, yeah. Okay, so hopefully the next time we get a chance, I'll change the little bell notification when someone donates to Where's Drugs. That should be a lot of fun. Alright, thanks for coming by, guys. I'll set us up with some music and I guess I'll play us out. I'll see you guys later. Bye!